Hey, Deej here. As part of my study learning lead guitar, I I picked a few shortcuts because I figured starting at age 50, I need to cut some corners and see what do I really need to know. 'Cause, guys that have been playing that I admire have been playing for 40 years, and I started playing at 50, so 40 years puts me at 90. I might still be kicking, but maybe not. So my goal was to get playing as quick as possible, and to be able to enjoy some of that while I still had some breath in me, And so I took some shortcuts, and probably might make some guitar teachers cringe, but that's okay, because it'll get you playing and you can have some fun. And my goal is just to try to help others get to play as quickly as possible. If you want to learn more or expand on that, you can always do that. But the goal that I'm going to present applies to older people particularly, and younger. I mean, if you just want to get playing quick, it's a good start, fast and dirty start, let's say. But also people with arthritis and, different issues like that with their hands, with muscular stuff, it really applies to that kind of thing, to the older age and the ailments that come with that. I've got fibromyalgia, so some of the things I do were because of the fibromyalgia. I was like, I wasn't not going to play, but I wanted to play and find ways that allowed me to do it without a ton of pain. And so it really helps with guys with arthritis in their knuckles, their hands, and so forth, or a little bit of tendonitis, that type of stuff, to get playing as well. So whether you're an older learner, whether you're somebody dealing with some of these ailments like arthritis, which I don't have too bad yet, but I do have some in my knuckles, or fibromyalgia, which I do have severely, this will help. This is a good way to get going. So today we're just going to study chords. A lot of guys have expressed that they're having trouble playing chords, and that they're having trouble doing some kind of lead over the chords. They're not able to kind of get back from the lead pattern into a chord to emphasize that. So what I want to show you is a cheat, and it's not really a cheat. I mean, I call it a cheat because it is sort of a cheat, but it's not really a cheat in the sense that many guitarists use it in the professional level. Bands, very popular bands selling millions of albums, blah blah blah. They use it. So, and the thing that you do, let's use the key of G. Okay, so we're going to use a G chord, and then let's use G minor pentatonic scale. So we're playing in G minor. And what you want to do is be in that first position only. So that's the 1-4, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, 1-4, 1-4, right? So that first position, 1-4, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, 1-4, 1-4. Going to stay right in that position. And your chord, instead of being the full G chord, or more properly, you're playing it this way, where you're barring the 3rd fret, and then you're putting your first finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And I'm not going to go through that because I hate when guys say 3rd finger, 4th string, 5th finger, 8th string, and your 12th finger is on the 19th string. And pretty soon you're like this, and you have no idea what anybody's talking about because it's just a bunch of numbers. All right, so let's not go there. So your shape is the E shape from down here, but starting with your next finger, not your pointer finger. And you slide that E shape up, and you bar the 3rd fret. Your E shape starts on the 4th fret. That's a G chord. Well, the cheat, notice where not your first finger is, but where these next two are, right here. Your two fingers are in the same fret. So why not just flatten your finger and bar both of those, for one thing. For another thing, you don't really have to put pressure all the way across on this first finger. You can just put pressure on the first string, really, and kind of let it rest on the rest. Okay, this takes a lot of pressure off your knuckles. So if you have arthritis, you're going to love this. This takes pressure off your knuckles. So you're just putting pressure on the first string, This one you're flattening. Now this can hurt your knuckles too when you put those two fingers together like this, one per fret, and kind of bend them up. It can really cause some pain in your knuckles. So flattening that as well across these two strings. It's the 4th and 5th string on the 5th fret. Oops, I said I wasn't going to do that. So anyways, that is going to be a lot easier to play. And if you focus only on the first 3 strings and kind of mute the rest, let these higher strings be muted, so you're only playing the first 3. So then use kind of the fatty part of this finger to mute the 3rd string there, and then this finger, if you're only pressing on the first one and resting it across the rest, that's muting everything anyway. So that's how you want to play your chords, is using only these 3 strings, okay? And if it's a chord like a C, where you go from, you know, if you're playing a G, you're in the 3rd fret. If you're playing a C, you're in the 3rd fret, but you're starting here on the 5th string, right? Same pattern. But your tip of your finger should hit the G string, so you're kind of muting the G string. And then make your shapes the same way though. Flat 1st finger, flat 3rd finger 2 frets up, and you're only hitting 3 strings. Again, this time it's going to be your 3rd, 4th, and 5th strings right here, and you're going to be muting the 6th string, but it's the same idea. The only thing that matters is, you know, where's your first finger at. The reason why this works is because your first finger is on the G, so we're in the key of G, so of course your first finger's on G. If you go over 1, that's a 4. That's the 4 of the scale, right? 1, 4, and then 5 is 2 up. 1, 4, 5. So you're not playing the 4. Let's ignore that. We're playing the 1 and the 5. That becomes a G5 chord. You can then add that next string, because if you don't know this already, 2 over and 2 up on these lower strings, 2 over, 2 up is the root note. So if you're playing a G here, 2 over, 2 up is also a G. That's why you can play the 5 and the G, the 5 and the root again. 5 being 2 up on the next string, root being 2 over, 2 spit it out, man. Okay, so root, 5, root. That's what you're playing. So it's a G, and then it's the 5 of the G, and then it's the root. Okay. By the way, the 5 is a D, if you want to know. And you can tell that by make your D chord here, right? Starting on your 5th string, and that's a D. So you can kind of think of it that way too. Where would I make the D chord? You'd start on that right there, right? 5th fret, 5th string. That's a D. So when you're playing your 5, you'll know that's a D if you think of it in those manners. Or you can count, you know, count your scale out. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, right? We'll go into that some other time. So that's going to help you do that. Then your lead, you can still do the regular pentatonic minor lead that you've been doing. First position, let's stick with the first position only, right? You hear that G5 chord ending on there? Just that power chord fits right in. It's easy to play. You're not trying to twist your fingers up and do the proper G chord. So. So I don't know where you're at, but you can slow all that stuff down and just have some fun with it. that's basically it. So if you know your first position pentatonic minor, which I assume you do, and you take that and put those G5 chords in there, it's much easier to play. Mess around with it and see how you do. I hope this helps, and we'll keep them coming. I'm going to try to show everything that I've done from day one, all the shortcuts, so I can eliminate dozens of pages of notes for you and get you right to the core of the stuff that helps you to get playing faster with a minimal amount of information. And you can take it as far as you want from there, but again, the goal is just to help you get going as quickly as possible with as little information as possible to make it easier, both due to age, memory, and physical issues. All right, that's it, man. Talk to you soon. Deej out.